Hi there, welcome to Abdominal Conditioning with me, Rob. Hope you're well. Grab yourself a pint of water, stick it down the floor, and close the doors. Let people know you're taking part in a fitness training session. Okay, let's check around one way, check around the other. Make sure you've got plenty of room. Check above your head. Make sure you've got your hands aren't going to go into your light fittings, and make sure your weights are safely away to the side. Okay, so this class is all about chiseling the abs. We're going to work a lot through stabilizers. We're going to work our internal external obliques. They work a little bit for our trunk side flexion. And we're going to work our rectus abdomini that work through our trunk flexion here. Okay, so let's start off from the base and the ground and work our way up. As always, let's have our feet nice and parallel to each other. The big toe slightly turned in and the second toe is nice and parallel. We bring our hands on top of our hips. We drive our pelvis forward and lift our shoulders up and back. Our sternum is lifted, our chest is up high, gap between our chin and the chest. Working forward, a nice, strong ankle flexion, dorsiflexion, and plantar flex. So we're going to try and roll over those tiptoes here, whilst driving the pelvis forward to extend the abdominals here. Now you need to ensure that you're lifting here, getting the sternum lifted up, so your chest is up, chest is kind of pointing up towards the ceiling. Your arms are back into position, your thumbs are forward, your fingers are nicely webbed out wide. Hips driven forward, glutes are nicely engaged here as well. Shoulders back into plane, toes flexing all the way through. From here, we're going to stand, knee flex. So we're working here on the hip flexors, the iliacus major plus our rectus fem. Now we're trying to keep the pelvis driven forward and keep the chest lifted. It's a strong lift up nice and high. This foot just hovers the floor each time. The glutes are nicely engaged. Our body is nicely postured and balanced. 5 more here. If you're finding this easy, take the knee higher. If you're finding this hard, grab a wall, grab a chair. Make sure you're not going to fall over. 2 more here. 1 more here. Shake it out. Change leg. Standing on the left leg. And again, you might find yourself naturally turning into a running state here. Now, this is a really good sign. If you do running quite a lot, I want you to just feel what happens to your arms. Do your arms naturally come up, brush past your hip, and rush up to your shoulder here? Or do they rotate across your body? Do you feel it's more natural to do this? Now, hopefully, you find it's more natural to be kind of robotic here. We're trying to keep the elbow tucked in, that hand brushing past the hip, and the other hand coming up to the shoulder. Strong movements here. Feet are nice and parallel still. The same gap between the feet and the glutes engaged. Now again, if you've kept your chest lifted, your shoulders retracted back into position, and you're working through this hip flexor swing, you should be feeling on all about everything that's going on in your midsection here. What's happening in your abs, in your back, your strength, your glutes. 2 more here. 1 more here. And release. Shake it out. Taking that standing leg, we're going to swap over to the side. Feet stay nice and parallel. Left leg swings out, controlled out to the side. Now, torso is going to want to lean away from this. I want you to lean in towards it. Now, if you go quick, we start to lose the muscle control. Feel the pinch here in the side of the obliques. Keep your pelvis driven forwards. Shoulders are back into position. Glutes tight. Leg leading the direction. 4 more here. 3 more here. 2 more here. Last one. Oh, it's screaming on the glutes, isn't it? Right, shake it out. Change it over. Take it wide on that leg kick. Pelvis drive forward. Lift. Lower. Slow control movements here. Keep the pelvis tucked forward. Keep the abdominals braced. Get the chest lifted up high. Now again, use the stability of your arms. Keep the glutes nicely, tightly engaged. Now, the width of the kick is purely down to your flexibility, but also is down to how the neck of the femur, the bone at the top of the thigh here, joins into what's called the acetabular of our pelvis. Now, depending on the depth of that socket will depend on how wide you can lift this leg out to the side. So if you're training with other people at the moment and you're merrily going, oh, my leg goes higher than yours, not necessarily an indication of your flexibility, perhaps a difference in your body structure and your DNA. Shake it out, walk it out. Feel what's happened here in the glutes. Okay, let's go again. What we're trying to do is firm up the base of our abdominals, so around the pelvis here. Can we keep this strong? Again, we keep the chest lifted, feet facing out, kick the leg out wide, take the arm out wide. Tilt, back in, knee flex. And again, wide, tilt, up, knee flex. And again, wide, tilt, up, knee flex. And again. Four more here. Three more here. Two more here. Good work. Keep going. Tilt, lift, flex, release. Shake it out. Might find you got a bit tight in the hamstrings there as you're working it through. But here we're working all the way through, and these muscles that stabilize and support around the pelvis, really working hard. Shake it out. Let's change side. Pelvis drive forward. Lift this leg. Come out to leg raise. Stretch. Bring it back down. Let's go again. Stretch. Knee flex this time. And again, out wide. Knee flex. Back in again. Your choice of where you go with that top arm as well. So you could come into your knee flex here. Keep the arm out wide and back up and lift. Or if it's too much, you might find it easier to drop the hand to the hip again. Let's go. Your choice. Are you going to keep the arm up high? Now, if you do, you're going to feel this lengthening out the side of your tummy muscles here. Your obliques got to work that a little bit harder. We're putting that toe further away. Three more here. Let's go. Tilt, flex, out, stretch. Two more here. One more here. And release. Shake it out. Roll the hips out. Good work. Okay. Grab a set of weights. Let's chisel up a bit further. So hands on our weights. We're going to drop side flex. Come back up. Side flex the other side. Drop as low as you feel comfortable. Down. Up to the side. Keep moving it. Chest lift high. Chest stays lifted all the way through this. Shoulders pull back into position. Hinging beautifully to the side each time. How far can you drop? Four more here. Three more here. 2 more here. 1 more here. And release. Stepping down to the floor. Okay. I'm going to turn the mat to a 45-degree angle for you. Okay, place the weights down beside you. You're going to go up into your shoulders off the floor, feet flat to the floor, knees up to the ceiling. Roll around to touch the right heel, roll around to touch the left heel. Keep your shoulders off the floor, chin lifted, rotate each side. Now, if you feel comfortable with this, grab your weights, let's work it through. Now, all the way through this, your target is to keep those shoulder blades off the floor without giving yourself a bit of mat burn through your lower back. Keep your chin lifted. 8 here. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. And rest. Head back to the floor. Keep your legs out nice and long. Point your toes away. Head back to the floor. From here, we're going to walk our feet in. Work up through into our sit up and hold here. We're going to work through a little pulse here. Now, if you wish to, grab those weights again, so you can keep them off the floor. Just gives a little bit more dynamism to this exercise. Really feel your abdominals are going to work hard. Chin stays up, jaw up. Crunch through the upper abdominals. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Stepping those feet back to the floor. Drive your hips up nice and high. Keep a little gap between the knees. Hips driven up high, glutes engaged nicely. Slowly lowering those hips back down to the ground. Sit yourself up, twist side to side. So as the arms are going around to the left, the legs are going around to the right, and we're going to keep working here. Try and keep your heels off the floor. Keep rotating side to side. "30 seconds to go." So you can keep those hands apart. Killer of a workout, this one. 15 seconds to go. 10 seconds more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Head back to the floor, feet flat down, weights drop down, Push up into back bridge to extend the abdominals again. Oh, that's a tough little exercise. I love that one. Nice, slow, controlled deep breaths in and out. Slowly lowering it down. Okay, rolling onto your right side. We're going to work through onto our left leg, raise up to the side. Lift the torso. Try and create a little gap here in the armpit here. Now, your choice. Too difficult. Work on this flex knee, leg extension out to the side. A little bit harder. Straight leg. Want to go even harder. Straight leg out to the side. Pelvis driven forward. Nose to toes straight. Two more here. One more here. I want to feel a little bit of a pull in here and definitely a big one in the side of the glutes. Relax, flex both knees forward, give it a punch out. And from here, back onto that side, leg raise. Here we go. Circumvent. So you're going to do a nice big conal movement from the hip and try and draw as big a circle as you can with your foot. Keep the pelvis driven forward. Glutes nicely engaged. Slow leg raise up and around. Trying to circle that leg back behind you a little bit further now. So it's really feel you're having to push the heel back, up wide and over the top. Four more here. Three more here. Last two. Oh, it's a killer. Last one. And release. Shake it out. Roll over to the side. Yeah, nice side leg raise. Slow controlled lift, slow controlled lower. Superb work on the outside of the glute. Give a little raise up here, remember. So we've still got the oblique lifted, engaged. To be lifting the torso up slightly. Three more here. Two more here. One more here. Flex that knee forward, release up the glute again. Come back out through into extension. Lift. Big conal movement, remembering to push the leg back as the heel comes back behind you. Circle it up and over again. The leg lift needs to be slow. The left lower needs to be slow. As that leg comes back behind you, push and extend, so the hip flexor has to work that a little bit harder. Two more here. One more here. And release. Tuck the knee forward. Release out the outside of the cleat. The great workout. A lot of people spend a lot of time in their abs trying to chisel and chisel away at those side obliques and the rectus abdominis. You've worked it all today, standing and in the floor. From there, stand yourself back up. But the key element for me is how strong is the pelvis here to be able to support these muscles that you've now defined through the obliques here. Now, if you enjoyed that session, great. Take it out on replay. And repeat that session as part of your routine. From there, forward flex, feel a nice big stretch through the back of your hamstrings. Hands on top of your thigh, push the legs nice and straight. And now we're going to fold the arms, put the elbows down to the ground, feel that extension through the lower back and through the back of the legs again. We unfold, we raise, we stand, we lift, we elevate, we push up onto the balls of our feet. Nice big stretch out through the back of the calves. We're going to lean back and elongate as high as we can. Slowly releasing, coming to the wall, grabbing your left foot, taking it into a quadricep stretch. Keep a little gap between the knees, drive forward on your pelvis. Keep your chest lifted up nice and high, feel a big stretch through the front of that left thigh. Well done. Shake it out. Grabbing the other wall, grab the other foot, and again, heel to your bottom, little gap between the knees. Drive the pelvis forward, lift the chest, put the elbows back into position, nice big stretch through the front of the right thigh. And release, shake it out. Left hand up between the shoulder blades, elbow high. Push your pelvis forward and then lean back into this. So we're getting a bit of a tricep stretch, but we're also getting the rectus abdominis muscle here just to extend nicely. One more here, change arm. Lean back into it, feel the extension through the abs. And release, shake it out. Interlock your fingers, roll around one way, roll around the other way. Roll your hips. Counterclockwise the other way. And release. Grab yourself your water. Take a good sip of water. Hydrate. Really, really well trained. As always, if you've done that live, hashtag live. If you've done it on replay, hashtag the replay. And let me know how you get on with it. Send us a message. Well trained. Ooh. As always, if we can help you with your training, get in contact. Here we go. See you next time for the next one. Well trained. Cheers.